Go baby, what's good guys? Yoku here, and a lot of us have finally reached Trailblazer level 40, or we are on the climb to Trailblazer level 50, and I didn't think that there were so many of you who honestly did not know what to do, or rather what to plan when it comes to the game. But as of right now, I've gotten a lot of comments. I mean, a lot. And so because of that, I'm pretty much going to give you my opinions on all the other videos that I've seen pertaining to this and kind of how to avoid it in the easiest way possible. Without further ado, let me break down the, I don't even want to call these mistakes. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. It's quite literally just playing the game. So from Trailblazer level 30 and beyond, once you hit Trailblazer level 30, this is where I really started to do a lot of my smart planning, if you will. And I still ended up doing it wrong. It took Stream the other day to really help me figure out some stuff and put teams together. And they also forced me to pull Bailu. And that was not an eventful time, but I mean, hey. So coming to the team building aspect, inside a quick setup, you could easily come over here and look at all the characters you have. Whatever character you've been working on, whatever character you're having the most fun with, build a team around that. If I'm having the greatest time in the world using Serval because I think she's big sister, hot mommy dami, whatever you want to do, build your team around Serval. If I feel like March 7th is the answer to everything in the world, then build your team around March 7th. And I have a team building guide, everyone else has a team building guide. It's fine, right? Like there's no real, what do I do? How do I do this? Blah, 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 blah. That's not the point of what I'm talking about. What I'm saying is build your team, figure out which team is going to be team number 1 and then team number 2. Okay. Team number 2 is different than team number 1. You might be asking yourself, well, why am I building 2 teams? If you plan on doing the Forgotten Hall and going through the more challenging content in the game, which is typically what you're preparing for, you're going to need 2 teams, if not sometimes like 2.5 or 3, if you will, because some characters just won't be viable in those scenarios. As I looked through all of this, I knew I was going to build out Zila. I knew that I was going to build out Bronya, and I knew that I was going to build out some healer and shielder. I didn't really care about Fire MC. Once again, chat bullied me into building Fire MC, so now she's here. And then of course chat bullied me into getting Bailu, so now she's also here. And I built this team, right? These 2 were the ones that I knew. You guys can't even see my mouse. Hold on. Dun-dun-dun. Now we have mouse. So now you guys can see my cursor, right? I knew I was going to build out Zila, so I worked on everything to build out Zila. I came in here, and I also have an ascension planner that I use on Star Rail Station. You guys can actually see a clip of that here. Inside of Star Rail Station, I pretty much showed you guys, or I showed myself rather, everything that I was going to be doing. I knew how many of the trace materials I was going to need. I knew how many of the ascension materials I was going to need. And so I prepped it. When I was looking at Zila, I could see that, oh, okay, cool. From the level that I was at the time, which I think was 47 or 37, something like that, I knew that I was going to need 27 of the void cast irons, which is going to be the boss material that you get from Stagnant Shadows. So I went and did it. I went and farmed 27 of them because I knew that 27 would at least allow me to ascend her all the way up past level 60, and then I could work on 60 to 70. And then once I do hit level 70 and I want to go from 70 to 80, which I'm nowhere near that point, that's going to require 35 of those. So once I get there, I'll deal with it. But as of right now, I'm not going anywhere near that level. So 70 is probably my cap. And then once I hit 70, like I said, 27. I have 20 of these right here. You can see it on the screen now. And then once I get the Conqueror's Will, which I will show you how to get these for free. Basically, I already have all of this. All the stuff that I need for Conqueror's Will, I have enough of it to where if I needed to, I could dump 6 in there. Boom, once I hit level 70 or Equilibrium 4, then I can ascend her and she'll be level 70 and we'll be good to go. Same thing for your light cone, right? You're going to want to come in here and do the same exact thing for the light cone. I'm not sure how to show you guys the past stuff that you would need for a light cone. Maybe if I could find one that's not leveled up, maybe. Okay, here we go. You're right. So I'm going to use the meshing cogs, right? You can see the materials required. Again, you can use the Star Rail Ascension Planner, and then you can go through that and really look at what it is that you want to use or build into, so you can plan everything out. Write it down if you need to. Write all this stuff down. Have a good memory of it. From Trailblazer level 30 to 40, I was able to gather all the materials that I would need to take every single character that was a part of my main team, which is at least 4, from level 40 to level 70. I had everything, their weapons, all this stuff ready to go. Now you don't see this on Bronya, for instance, because I don't want to take the Harmony meshing cogs up to level 70. This is a 3-star weapon. I'm not wasting materials on that. I don't want to do it. With preservation, I didn't plan on using Fire MC, so I didn't build for that. I built for Japard instead because I ended up pulling Japard, and you can see that my Japard is also where he needs to be, right? So my Japard is ready to go. In the event that I need Japard, I've got 38 out of 20 of these. I'm good. I am good. Something to keep in mind though is that once you do all of this, if you've prepped your team from Trailblazer level 30 to Trailblazer level 40, I guarantee you that you are going to have enough materials through the farming for all 4 to 8 of your characters. Bare minimum, I think, is going to be 6, but 6 to 8 of your characters, you're going to have everything you need for their light cone, for them as a character to ascend. And now you're going to look at their traces, because I've seen a lot of people like, oh man, traces are hard. I can't get my trace materials. This sucks. Trace grinding sucks. Okay, from Trailblazer level 30 to maybe about 36 to 38, that's when you're going to be free. You're done. Everything that you would have needed for one particular character, you should have by that point, or rather all of your teams, you should have by that point. You can now start working on the trace materials. If I need to come in here and get, where they at, the red arrows, right? The arrow of the Demon Slayer, then I can come in here and I can start going through the calyxes to get my arrow of Demon Slayer and then call it a day. It's all about planning. There's too many of you guys that are kind of like running around like chickens with their head cut off about, nah, I'm Trailblazer level 45 now or 50, and I wish I would have done trace materials. What were you doing between that point in time? But I know that's a bit of a scuffle, so let me go over at Trailblazer 40 to 50. So as I mentioned to you guys, I am now Trailblazer level 45, right? You can see it here, and everything that I've done up to this point has been a little bit of patch up work, if you will, but I finally was able to get what I was looking for. I knew once I hit Trailblazer level 40, there was going to be one important thing that I wanted to start doing, and that was going to be farming for relics. Once I hit 40, I got all my gold relics unlocked, and I knew I wanted my Zila to be as strong as possible. So I'm looking for the 4-piece of the quantum set, right? Genius of Brilliant Stars. I want 5-star, the 4-piece, and thankfully I still didn't get the 4-piece for that, but hear me out, bro. I got 3, yay, right? Like she's cool, she's chilling. So I finally got it today. The crit rate, body piece, the gold, substats or whatever, I didn't care anymore, and that's something that all of you should take into account. When you hit Trailblazer level 40, you should not care. Like, don't go out farming for the perfect substats, right? Like attack, break effect, defense, right? This is the exact same thing as my crit rate piece. Don't come out here looking for the perfect substats. Get the main substat, call it a day. You need a good gold piece for your head and a good gold piece for your hands. Maybe care about the hands, right? You're gonna get so many of the hand drops and the helmet drops that you could care about substats here, because those main stats are always the same. It's always gonna be HP, it's always gonna be attack. So you can care about this if you want to grind out for that. And then for the body piece, spend a lot of time looking for that or get lucky. And then for your feet, spend a lot of time looking for that or get lucky. Once you get it though, now you've used your planning time, right? Now I can look at Zila being my #1 priority because she was going to take the longest. And you break it down from there. If we come back to Cavern of Corrosion, we can see every single piece that we're looking for. This Guardian set of like Guard of Weathering Snow is so no. But if you have someone who's like Clara, you could definitely use something like this. But as of right now, you call it a day. From that point though, you're gonna want to take the path of whatever you want, to be fair, and you look at who is on your team. If you got Serval on your team and Japar to Fire MC, this is great for everybody, right? Knight of Purity Palace and being able to farm the Band of Sizzling Thunder, this is 2-in-1. No matter what you get, these are going to be good pieces that you can use. So this is really good to farm. Same idea as Genshin, right? You farm what is this isn't resin anymore, but what is Trailblazer efficient. Whatever one is going to be Trailblazer efficient, that's the one that you're going to farm. So if I'm looking for Himiko or hook sets or anything like that, maybe I can look at the Firesmith or Lava Forging and call it a day. But if I don't have Welt, this is a complete waste, right? Wastelander of Banditry Desert is a complete waste. So I would not be farming for this unless your Himiko is my version of Zila, right? Zila was my main DPS character. That's the one I really wanted to work on. So I farmed for her regardless of the Guard of Weathering Snow, and I made it work. Same thing would be if you think that Firesmith for your Himiko or your hook is the #1, then you work on it from there. Moving forward though, if I know I have my defense, my tanks, boom, I'm going for the Knight. If I know that I want to do mostly attacks, so my Ting Yuns, my Bronyas, this is great. Musketeer of the Wild Weed, I know you guys have heard it all over the place. Great set for you to farm out right now. Healer set, another great set for you to farm out right now because Bailu and Natasha. So you can see where I'm going with this. We're going to talk about break in my next video. I will give you the rundown on that. This is not a bad set. Don't let anyone tell you this is a bad set. I'll explain why later. This is pretty good as well for your Claras once again because physical damage. Last but not least is going to be your Wind and your Frost. I would honestly 2-piece this to be completely fair, but you could get away with a 4-piece if you have a Yang Xing. If you have Yang Xing, you can 4-piece the heck out of Glacial Forest. But I'd probably two-piece it with the Musketeer. Whatever you get, just be efficient. You don't have to spend years grinding for this stuff at Trailblazer level 40. It's not that important. The next thing that I would tell you guys to do once you get the 4-piece, right? Once you get your 4 golds, go back into the guide. And then from the guide, you're going to come in here and you're going to go to the simulated universe. Why are you coming to simulated universe? Because you want to unlock the rest of the worlds. The reason you want to unlock the rest of the worlds is because now you can start getting your planar ornaments and you can casually grind for these throughout the entirety. And I didn't even know this until I hit 40, right? This increases to 5,000. You get 4 of these a week. You get 4 free, mind you, 4 free things to use, for these coins to use on any of these artifact pieces. That is 4 free artifact pieces. Artifact pieces that are gold that you could work on. These are going to be great for you. Again, look at what it is that you're looking for your character and then go from there. World 4, if I can scroll down, there we go. World 5, World 6, and then once you get here, you got everything unlocked. You see that I'm waiting until my day expires so that I can do this and get the points for it. That way the points aren't just wasted for nothing. But regardless, that's what I would do from that point. And the final thing that I would do after that, I'm doing my dailies. My dailies are something that I've talked about a little bit, and I understand that a lot of you guys were correcting me over on Moon's channel in her comment section, and y'all were telling me that you can't actually get path trace materials from the daily farming. Now, I will say the same thing that I said over there. I have gotten path trace materials from the daily farming. I've gotten the red arrow drop once, and I've gotten the arrow drops, the little ones, multiple times. Whether or not it's 100% or 50% drop rate, whatever the case may be, I have zero idea. I'm just letting you guys know what has happened in my game because I've had an abundance of those materials without having to buy out the shop. So it's possible, but I'm not going to tell you to bank on it. I'm not going to go ahead and lead you down that route. If you don't want to bank on it, don't bank on it. That's obviously not the smart thing to do. Do whatever makes you feel comfortable. From that point, though, doing the daily farming, and once you're doing all this, this is going to give you all the extra trace materials that you would need for your character. The glimmering cores, the Silvermane insignia or whatever it is, Thief's Instinct. You guys know what I'm talking about. Stuff that you can farm out. And speaking of the traces, that's the last thing that I did, right? I'm in this phase right now. I've gotten all 4 of my relics, right? My relics are good for most of my characters. There are a few things that I want to work on, which I'm probably going to do for the next couple of days, which is farming Musketeer set so that I can get my Natasha to her golds, right? I want to get Natasha full on gold with the healer set, and I want to be able to give Ting Yun and Bronya full on gold for the Musketeer set, and then they'll be golden. I also want a little bit more so that I could feed in to some other pieces to level them up to maybe 12 or 15. But regardless, now you can come over here to your traces. Now you can look at what it is that you need for your trace materials and you can start farming that out. But same thing that we used to do in Genshin, right? There is a priority to whatever is going on. You don't have to, oh, I'm gonna put everything level 8. You don't have to do that. You just don't. I get it. You want everything as powerful as possible. You legit do not have to do this. You could, oh, I want my skill up to level 8 and I want my ultimate to level 8. Call it a done day, right? It's done. It's good. Your DPS character, sure, max her out 88888. If you want to do that, go for 88888. But someone like Ting Yun, I don't need Ting Yun's basic attack to beat a level 8 or level 9. I don't need her. I'm not gonna lie to you and tell you I don't want her talent to be level 9, but that's not my point. I'm saying look at the character, look at what it is they need, and then go from there. The extra little things here, these are something that honestly, this is a case-by-case basis. Defense increased by 5%. I might do that on Ting Yun just to help her survivability. But if that 5% is gonna give me 2 points, I don't care. I really don't. If the 5% gives me 2 points of whatever it is that I'm doing, right? All right, let's see. Ting Yun's defense stat is 451. 5% of 451. I don't care about, like, I'm not gonna waste materials on that, bro. It's not gonna help me. I'm gonna use those materials on upgrading her actual skill or her ultimate or her talent, whatever the case may be. Be smart about what it is that you're doing. It's just really not hard for you guys to like look at stuff and then plan it. I understand that this is gonna be new to a lot of people and it's not something that's common for everybody. But if you just ask questions, you look around, you get the information, use a planner, you write things down, it's super easy for you to go about planning your account so that way when you do hit TL40 or TL50, you're not in the same boat as a lot of the other creators or even players that were rushing to TL50. And they all made mistakes, myself included. We all made mistakes so that you guys wouldn't have to. I didn't make as many mistakes, but it is what it is. So now we're here. Also, just real quick, guys, I know that people are saying the simulated universe is just mega easy. It's free. You can beat it with your eyes closed. Stop listening to these people. I want to make this clear. Simulated universe is not easy, especially for newer players or people that are new to the turn-based / RPG genre. It is not an easy feat to be able to just clear simulated universe 100% it, go all the way through it, no issues, leave it on auto, and you're perfectly fine. The people that are auto clearing or eyes closed, blindfolded clearing this type of content, they have 27 different 5 stars. They've got maxed out 4 stars, all gold equipment. It's all plus 15 or plus 12, whichever, you know, stat they have. They've got the 5-star light cone, so on and so forth. These are not people who are auto clearing with E0 4-star characters at your average level. They're way beyond that point, and then they're clearing it. Oh, I have Japard, so I auto cleared it because I have preservation and I have like an E9 Japard with his light cone and he's maxed out on golden knight gear. Okay, that's fine, that's fair, right? Because that's a challenge at that point. Oh, I have Clara and Clara's maxed out with Savrog's special gear, and I have the secret special Savrog tech that nobody else has with my 5-star gear. Okay, that's cool too. No one is doing this on an average basis. Like, every character, every player does not have a maxed out Japard or a maxed out Clara, or even a Clara to begin with. So these things that are happening inside of simulated universe, don't expect that, or don't feel that because you can't clear something, whether that be World 3, World 4, World 5, World 6, anything like that, it's not your fault. Sometimes it is, but that's not my point. All of that said, that's gonna be it for me today, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. It was really difficult for me to figure out how I wanted to word things for you, because I couldn't figure out how to properly just tell you, do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can do it in my Discord. I've done it on stream, but it just, I don't know. Everyone doesn't receive the information the same way. So I thought it'd be better to just show you versus telling it to you. And then I kind of realized that maybe I should just be as blunt and direct as possible. So hopefully Trailblazer level 40 is a trap. Trailblazer level 50 is also a trap. But if you know how to get around the trap, it's that much easier to navigate. Like the video, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Join the Discord because we're growing every day. Follow me on twitch.tv/IYOKUU. And I can't say my user outro because it's inappropriate for YouTube. Smell you later.